Hey everyone, welcome back for another Coffee with Mare. It's Saturday, it's beautiful. It's only -5 degrees today in Calgary, and I actually went outside. That was a big deal. I haven't been outside for a while. I think it was when I took my stuff out to the garbage hut. That was the last time I was outside, and it wasn't very nice. So I was outside today because my sister came by to drop off some more basic necessities like laundry soap and some more eggs and that kind of stuff. She braved the lineups at Costco, and she tried to go yesterday, but yesterday was kind of a yucky day here, and she had one of her little ones with her. So they decided to go today. Much, much better day for that. She spent most of her time outside in the sun, but as you know, those big monolithic Costco buildings do block the sun quite effectively. So the minute you get in the shade, it's like polar temperatures. It wasn't bad, she said. Inside the store, it wasn't bad. Outside, she said people were, happy and being, joking around or just being really nice to each other and maintaining their distance, which was great. Inside the store was a slightly different story. Most people were pretty good about keeping their distance, she said, but there were some people that were really not being careful and not paying attention. So I can understand how that can be a little annoying, especially if you're going out of your way to try and maintain your distance. So they just did a big grocery shop today for their family. I mean, there's 6 of them at their house, and she's not planning on going back to Costco for a while. And I can't blame her, but I'm so grateful that, even though we did actually have another delivery this week of food, that it was nice to just what, maybe we should stock up on, let's just get one more jug of milk and I'll put that in the freezer and get some more eggs. And I'm so excited. I got these awesome little egg bite containers that I'm going to use with my Instant Pot, and I've been waiting for them for probably 3 weeks or longer, and I'm so happy because I get to experiment with making egg bites now in my Instant Pot, which I still love. But yeah, we've been going through a lot of eggs lately, and I mean, they're just such a good food, and I'm so happy to be able to enjoy them without gastrointestinal distress. That is just making me all kinds of happy that eggs seem to be just good food for me once again after almost 10 years of having to avoid eggs as much as possible. Another thing too that was just so awesome was when my sister and I were outside, and we kept our distance. I kind of parked the buggy, and then she went to the buggy and she put the groceries in the buggy, but we were able to have a chat after that, and at our 10 to 12 feet of distance from each other. And it's just a good thing that we both speak quite clearly and that our voices project really well. So we didn't have any troubles hearing each other, which was so nice. And it's just nice to see her. And we haven't really done much of, FaceTime coffees or anything. She's still been working, and her work right now, she's been having some very long days, and so she is naturally very tired by the time the days are over, and she wants to spend some quality time with her kids, because even though you have kids at home, when you're working from home, most parents who do work from home will understand that you might be there all day, but that doesn't mean you're spending time with them. So, being able to devote some time to your children, especially when you have four that all have different needs at different ages. That, you know, she said it was nice because she was able to help her youngest, her daughter, with schoolwork yesterday. And by the way, speaking of nieces and nephews, I want to give another shout out to my nephew Rowan over at Tethered Steel here on YouTube. He is just such a great guy, and he loves playing Terraria and making video game videos. So if you've got kids and they're looking for something to do, or they want to find another channel that's just growing, why don't they go over to Tethered Steel or TSG and get to know my nephew. He's doing some good work over there, and I just wanted to give him a big shout out and some kudos for just, you know, keep on keeping on, even though this is a difficult time for everybody. Other than that, I have been talking a lot more with my nursing friends and family seem to be popping up in conversations a lot more. So I also just want to send so much love out to not just the nurses that are my friends and family, but the ones who are part of your friends and family circle, and just say thank you so much for doing what you do and for being brave and helping to deliver babies and perform surgeries and take care of people who may not have anyone else who can care for them at the moment. So, you know, thanks for doing what you do. It's such a valuable service that you provide, and you know, and now more than ever, it's something that we just can't do without. So speaking of mommy activities and, well, mommy and daddy activities, with my daughter home here for 2 weeks, we've been doing a good job at trying to keep a routine around her homework, and she's been very good about doing that. And that their teacher had also thrown out a challenge that this week all of the students help out with the dishwasher, loading and unloading of the dishwasher. And I have to say, my daughter rocked at it. She did a really good job. It might not have been every day, but there was definitely some loading and unloading of the dishwasher, and that was a big help for me. And so I kind of think that's a good idea. And I know that the teacher said she's going to be throwing out a weekly challenge for the students, so I can't wait to see what is happening next week. But I've been really finding that this is an opportunity to talk to my daughter more about the things that happen in a day and things like food preparation. She came in the kitchen yesterday and helped me while we were making some pork meat patties, and you know, and we were just talking about the preparation and then how we were going to wrap them up so that we can put them in the deep freeze, because I also decided to make one big meat cake. I didn't do it meatloaf style. I actually did it like cookie style, where I took a lot of the pulled pork, or sorry, not pulled pork, the ground pork, and what I had done is I had mixed it with some bacon fat, which the flavor is just awesome, and it doesn't really need that much salt after you've put the bacon fat in it, just to, you know, kind of pick up the flavor profile a bit more. But I took that, and I had also made some bacon yesterday. So the cookie sheet where I had made the bacon, I had drained, you know, as much of the bacon fat off as possible because I needed to put that in the pork patties. But then I just kind of left all of the little crunchy bits and stuff that were on the pan. And then after that was cooled off and we made the meat mixture for the pork patties, I just took a whole bunch and I flattened it out so that it was a very even thickness, you know, like maybe half an inch. I didn't want it to be super thick. I wanted to be able to cut it into some fairly thin square size pieces, so that way when I make some chaffles or some egg waffles again, that maybe I can kind of have it like a sandwich. I thought that would be really cool. So they're square, they're thin. I put them in the oven and this is like quite a large cookie sheet. It's not like your standard little Wilton. It's like one size up from that. And I did sprinkle a little bit more salt on it before it went in the oven at 425, and I wasn't watching the clock. I was going more by what it looked like, and so all of the juices and everything that were in the pan, you could see that they were all nice and happy, and when the juices were clear, or as clear as possible considering, you know, it was cooked in a bacon pan, and that the top looked like it was starting to brown a little bit, I threw the broiler on high for probably another 5 minutes or so to start getting a little bit of that golden crust. And then once that was done, took it out of the oven. And this is a really important next step in making this, is that what you should do is, once you cut them, so I kind of did, I think it came into 15 squares that were all about the same size. What I did was I actually, after they had cooled a little bit, I went and I turned them over in the pan so that the top side that's a little bit drier was now in all of the yummy meat juices that were in the pan. And so I flipped them all over like that, and I just let them sit until everything was cool. And by doing that, I didn't lose any of the juices or the fat in the pan. It all got reabsorbed into the meat that had been crisped up a little bit. And then it was just ready to go into a container. One went in the freezer, one went in the fridge, and we made loads and loads of meat patties as well. So, you know, I just find that doing something new like that, and that we both loved it. It was so good, and my daughter had them like little burgers. That was a really easy way to do a whole bunch of food prep in not a lot of time with not a lot of effort, and especially having a second set of hands is always so helpful, especially when you're dealing with cling film and you've got like meaty hands, and who wants to wash them, you know, like every 5 minutes when you're already washing your hands every 5 minutes. Oh my goodness, my poor skin is so dry. Same thing with my daughter's hands. I can tell she's been washing her hands a lot because her skin is also dry. So we've been trying to stay on top of the lotion. And oh, what's in my cup today? Oh yes, we've got some Happy Mermaid juice. Yeah, this is, again, it's my heavy whipped cream cappuccino that I've got going on, and it is like so delicious. And why is it that on weekends coffee just seems to taste better? I don't know why. I don't know if it's, you know, if it's just because you know that there's not as much of a routine to follow and you can just really get into it and enjoy it. But I'm so happy right now. And that we're just having such a beautiful sunny day as well. So to just kind of wrap things up, you know, started by having a conversation in the sun with my sister, and now I'm enjoying all of the beautiful light coming from outside. And I just really hope that you are all staying safe and sane. And if you have anything that you would like for me to have a conversation about, I would love to hear from you. So just pop that in the comments below. Let us know how you're doing. I really do care. And, you know, if you're struggling, let's see if we can help you through that together, okay? So be sure to give us a big like as well, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell, excuse me, so you know exactly when the next video is going to be landing on YouTube. So from me and the Happy Mermaid, and my daughter, my other mermaid, this is SickMom, checking out. Oh, you know what? I always wave with the left hand. So yeah, I'm checking out with the left hand. Yeah, we're all good.